Courtney Lawes on England's Six Nations struggles, the impact of a sheltered generation and lack of adversity. England's 2026 Six Nations campaign has plunged into crisis. 3 successive defeats have left the Red Roses reeling, with doubts swirling around both the squad and head coach Steve Borthwick. Losses to Scotland and Ireland in consecutive weeks were shocking enough, but the historic first defeat to Italy has escalated concerns, leaving Borthwick's position on the line ahead of the clash with France at the Stade de France. Amid the fallout, veteran England lock Courtney Lawes has been vocal about what he sees as a fundamental problem within the squad: the lack of real adversity among the younger generation of players. Writing in the Times, Lawes contended that part of England's struggles stem from a generation of players who have been sheltered, meaning they have not yet encountered the kind of challenges that build resilience, mental toughness, and the ability to rebound from failure. Kill or be killed. Facing the harsh reality of international rugby, Lawes did not mince words in his assessment. He emphasized that the upcoming fixture against France is a defining moment for England, particularly for the younger members of the squad. England have no choice when they play France on Saturday. After 3 consecutive defeats, their attitude in Paris has to be, kill or be killed. Figuratively speaking, of course, he wrote. However, Lawes questioned whether the younger players truly grasp the weight of such a scenario. How many of them have faced any true adversity in their rugby careers or even in their lives, he asked. According to the lock, England's recent defeats have exposed a clear age divide in the squad. The experienced seniors are struggling to perform at a world-class level, while the younger players are being tested under pressure for the first time. That he explained, the defeat by Scotland really put a hole in the England ship. The older, experienced boys are not performing at a world-class level. The young boys are having their resilience tested for the first time. Up until now, those younger lads have known only sunshine and rainbows in their international careers. This Six Nations has been a massive wake-up call. They are getting a real taste of what rugby is like when the sport that means so much to them is not going well. It can crush you and destroy your confidence. Lawes' words highlight a tension familiar to many teams undergoing transition: the balance between integrating young talent and relying on experienced players to maintain composure and lead by example. England's current predicament illustrates the dangers of leaning too heavily on a youthful squad without fully preparing them for the pressures of international competition. Experience versus youth. The challenge for England, despite the squad including experienced figures like Ellis Genge, Jamie George, Maro Itoje, and Elliot Daly, England is fielding a relatively youthful side for the match against France. Players such as Tommy Freeman, Guy Pepper, and Henry Pollock are becoming key figures, tasked with stepping up in a period of crisis. Lawes draws a distinction between the older generation, who have been through it, and the younger players, who are encountering the first major test of their careers. Reflecting on his own career, he noted, "When I wasn't playing well for England in my early 20s, or when I was dropped by Eddie Jones in 2016, these were not the first times in my life that I had faced adversity. I had a tough upbringing. I had serious altercations with people that had big consequences." He went further, illustrating the intensity of his formative experiences. "I was in situations as a teenager where I'd said something that I didn't think was out of place, but I ended up fighting people who wanted to beat the shit out of me. You understood very quickly that words and actions carried consequences. And you also understood that there were worse situations to be in than losing a rugby game or 3. I'd rather lose on the field than get thrown back into the positions I was in as a teenager, when it was almost a case of kill or be killed. So you realize very quickly that rugby is important, but it's still just rugby and it is not true adversity. That mindset helps you to bounce back. You can recognize when you have had a poor game or your form has fallen off, and just think, right, let's go again." In contrast, he argued, many of England's current young players have been sheltered, experiencing relatively little hardship either in rugby or in life. He cited examples from last year's celebrations after England's victory over the All Blacks. "You only have to look at the TikTok dance that Henry Pollock, Tommy Freeman, Freddie Stewart, and Finn Smith recorded last autumn. My God, I could not imagine any other team in England's history where that would have happened." The consequences of a sheltered upbringing for Lawes: the lack of exposure to adversity has implications for resilience, mental toughness, and the ability to handle pressure. "Kids I grew up with, the kids I came through with, like T-Mana Harrison and Dylan Hartley, could take things on the chin. Ellis Genge is similar. But we are seeing with this England team that they are not willing to throw back yet. That is disappointing to see from the outside. There's no quick solution to that, other than you have to live it and come through the other side. He clarified that he does not believe the England youngsters' sheltered upbringing is a failing in itself, nor does he criticize them for enjoying lighter moments off the field. He stated, "It's not unacceptable or a bad thing that they took to TikTok after the All Blacks win. But boys who have been punched in the face a few times, through their career or through their upbringing, understand the real world. That breeds a resilience that these boys don't have yet. It's just a difference in upbringing." England's current crisis in context. England's losses to Scotland, Ireland, and Italy have compounded the sense of urgency. Historically, England has relied on a mixture of experience and composure to navigate challenging moments in the Six Nations. Yet this year, the combination of inexperience, pressure, and a lack of tested resilience has created a perfect storm. The squad's age structure is relevant here. Younger players are being exposed to top-level competition earlier than previous generations, but without the buffering effect of older teammates performing consistently at world-class levels. The result is an England team struggling to maintain confidence, adapt to setbacks during matches, and execute under pressure. The challenge against France. The upcoming fixture against France represents a defining test for England's squad. France are one of the strongest sides in the championship and will test the Red Roses' discipline, decision-making, and capacity to handle adversity. Lawes stressed that this match is kill or be killed for England. Failure is not an option, and mental resilience will be key. That he added that the senior players must step up and model composure for the younger players. The older boys are not performing at a world-class level. The young boys are having their resilience tested for the first time, Lawes said. He emphasized that experiences off the field, combined with exposure to adversity on the pitch, are what build the mental toughness required at the international level. Why mental resilience matters. Lawes' perspective reflects a broader conversation about the mental demands of modern rugby. While technical skills and athleticism are essential, the ability to recover from setbacks, maintain composure under pressure, and respond to challenges separates elite players from their peers. That he argued that previous England squads had players who had been through it, giving them an instinctive understanding of how to handle adversity. In contrast, today's younger players, while talented and technically proficient, may not have developed the same coping mechanisms, leaving them vulnerable in high-pressure situations. A call to live through adversity. Lawes did not offer a quick fix for England's problems, noting that there is no shortcut to building resilience. Players must experience setbacks, reflect on them, and push through to emerge stronger. There's no quick solution to that, other than you have to live it and come through the other side, he wrote. Looking ahead, England's situation remains precarious. The team must navigate the remainder of the Six Nations with a mix of youthful energy and experienced guidance. Lawes' analysis underscores the importance of psychological resilience in high-level competition and the role of adversity in shaping players' careers. For England, the challenge is immediate, France await, and the margin for error is minimal. The squad's ability to combine talent, composure, and mental toughness will determine whether they can salvage pride and secure a positive result.